Alright guys, welcome back to another video, and today I have with me a 2020 Audi RS3. Huge thanks and shout out to my guys over at Audi Plano right here in Plano, Texas for making this video possible. So for 2020 RS3, what is new and different? Today I'm going to talk about the exterior, the interior, overall the driving dynamics, what's like the drive from the traffic, braking, acceleration, miles per gallon, the price tag obviously, and the list goes on and on. Without any further ado, let's begin, shall we? Alright guys, welcome to the interior of the 2020 RS3. As always, the nice virtual cockpit, all looking good. I love that power and torque meter. You know, you can always change that to whatever view you want. Fully customizable. You guys already seen this 1,000 times, a couple of YouTube videos, up like 1 million YouTube videos about that. But I want to touch up on the interior. I love the red accent right there. Kind of cheesy a little bit, yeah, maybe, but it just, you know, accentuates the red on the steering wheel right here, red stitching on the door sills right here, and on the quilted diamond stitching on the seats. So I love that a lot. Got the continuation right here. This display, I did wish it was 360-degree camera view, but it's not. But you have to your right, you know, front and back parking sensors, so kind of complement each other. And this is like a small screen. This screen is very, it's just small in person, in my opinion. And then we'll go down there to the center consoles. Drive select buttons right here. You know, toggle between your drive select, park, not park, let me see. Let's go down and drive real quick. Let's go forward. Well, it's not doing it right now for some reason, but you have Audi drive select, individual, dynamic, comfort, and it's about 4 of those. And then buttons right here, it's all blanks. You know, parking sensor, you can have that on or off. There we go. So comfort, auto, dynamic, and individual. And then you can leave that, I can leave that on. You know, hear a beep, it's gonna chime at you. Hazard light, stability control on. You want to do some launch controls like what I just did, which is pretty cool. This car is pretty quick, guys. And then your screen. Unfortunately, when you have the car on, the screen doesn't go down into its cubby. It just stays off. But you just push that on, comes back on. So cool party trick. Dual climate control zones right here. You have vents in the back for the rear passengers. You know, climate control zone, not too fancy. I do like the knurling on the dials. It feels very nice. You have the knurling on the cigarette lighter. Like, who does that? I don't know. That's pretty cool. USB ports right here, 2 cup holders. They're pretty adjustable. The RS logo on the shift lever or the shift boot with the Alcantara on the side, which feels very nice. One thing I don't like about the Alcantaras is with age, they kind of like get all greasy and shiny and whatnot. But you know, it depends on the owner, how this car has been kept. 7-speed dual clutch transmission. This car is spectacular, guys, when you're driving this car. Believe me when I say that. Your Audi MMI controls right here, your map, telephone, media, radio, and this has a touchpad. This can read your finger, your trackpad, so to speak, like your Apple computer, like a trackpad. If you want to type in destination, it's pretty cool, very responsive. And then your blind switch right here, and then your parking brake or electronic parking brake. And then more cubby right here for your wireless phone, for your iPhone, if you have an iPhone 7 Plus or iPhone 8, excuse me, iPhone X, and wireless charging or Android phones. You have one USB port right here and an aux cable right here. And before I forget, look at the interior again. You have the SD slot right here for your map, you know, SIM card, and your SD slot again for whatever you want to use it for. Use CD player, or you know, you hear that. So I think that's pretty cool that Audi puts that there. That's nice. Again, carbon fiber trims on the inlays right here. More carbon fiber on the other side. More carbon fiber right here. Alcantara. I like the contrast on the rubberized material, so the carbon fiber to the metal works. You know, it's just like the transition is just so nice. It's like black, and silver. It just has a nice touch to it. I like that a lot. This is soft padding right here. I love the steering wheel, guys. You know, 93 grips are heavily bolstered. Well, not heavily bolstered, but it's just a nice touch. You know, that little cutout right here for your thumbs. Alcantara on the sides of 93 grips. And more Alcantara right here on the sides of the, you know, center control stack right here. And you have the sport pedals down there. So pretty nice, pretty nice. 7-speed dual clutch I talked about earlier. And let me look to show you guys. Let me show you guys the seats real quick. Let's get out of here. There you go. So you can have the RS3 in 2 different kinds of seats, but this one comes, or the Audi S3s in general. This is like the much premium sport seats. They're integrated headrests right here. I love the diamond coated stitching. It looks immaculate in person, guys, and the RS embroiderment right there. So nice. One downfall about the seats is they're manually adjustable. You have a knob right here to, you know, move back and forth, and then mount lever support. The only automatic is for the lumbar support, maybe thigh extensions, you know. That's the downside to these seats. They look great though, you know. Let's check the back seat real quick. Quick look out the window sticker. 2020 RS3, 6895. Getting into the back seat. Yep, this is my driving position. I barely have any leg room. Headroom is kind of questionable, but it's what you get for a compact car. Knee room is manageable. I have a little small cutout right here. Again, more carbon fiber treatment in the back seat. Alcantara, leather, red stitching as well. My favorite part about the rear seat is the vents back here, and then 2 USB ports. So they thought about the rear passengers, and then next right here, you have 2. Some car manufacturers only use 1, but yeah, I get 2 right here. Again, diamond coated, red contrast stitching right here. Very, very nice. Pass through. Cup holders, you know, I believe you just push this out. I don't want to fiddle with that, but you get the point. Yes, guys, back seat room is it's small and ridiculous, guys. You know, it's for 60 grand. You can get maybe the S5 Premium or Prestige or A5. You know, get away with that. But the RS3 is for the enthusiast who doesn't care about the space or backseat drivers. This car is great nonetheless, guys. It's great nonetheless. Real quick, and let's look at the trunk space before I go on a test drive. Of course, train. There you go. Decent sized trunk space. Fix it flat. I reviewed the 2020 or 2019 RS5, the 2019 TTRS, and it would make sense to drive the 2020 RS3. Yeah, of course, that's what I thought. So, just overall, my first impression about this car, yes, this car started its life as the A3, front-wheel drive A3, and you have the A3 Quattro with a four-wheel drive Quattro, or not Quattro, because it's not true Quattro, that's a basic holodeck system. Then you have the S3, which is also the holodeck system with all-wheel drive that has a 2-liter turbocharged inline 4-cylinder, 290 horsepower in the US and 310 in the UK. I don't know how they get 310. Anyways, and then you have the bad boy, the RS3, the bigger brother to all of those little, you know, and then all-wheel drive Quattro. So, what makes this car so different than the other cars, and why you want to get out of a car like this? Well, starting out with the engine, we have a front-mounted transverse holodeck all-wheel drive system, 5-cylinder engine, which puts down 400 horsepower and roughly 354 pound-feet of torque to all 4 wheels. Mind you, this car is rear-wheel drive biased for the RS3s. And for the S3s, it's front-wheel drive biased. So I'll explain more on that later. But I'm driving this car through the city. I've been driving for a while now. It's very comfortable, guys. I'm in dynamic mode, but you know, the suspension is firmer. You have Audi's magnetic ride control, which is so smooth. when you want it to be and aggressive when you want it to be. I don't see anyone driving this car in the regular mode or normal mode, if you want to call it. This car has to be driven in dynamic. It's insane. I love it. I've been just driving it around, just getting a feel for things. The steering input is so nice and precise, because normally all-wheel drive cars are, you know, heavy on the front end when you turn. Like the Genesis G70 all-wheel drive feels heavy on turn in because, you know, they have the front axles, and then the rear-wheel drive is, because just rear-wheel drive, it's lighter. There's no drivetrain in the front. But for some reason, this Quattro all-wheel drive system feels light. That's just crazy, guys. You know, for an all-wheel drive Audi, it's nice. I love it. I love how it feels from the front. So I took about numbers, 0 to 60 in around 4.2 seconds, around 4 seconds. Who really cares? Not gonna be launching this car every time you have the light, you know, unless you're crazy. The price tag, $60,000. Let's take a moment of silence and just like let that sink in for a bit. Without the tax title license, of course. You know, 60 grand for an Audi. All right, let's dissect that for a moment. So you have a 2020 RS3 for 60 grand. Okay, is it worthy though? I believe it is, because you have Audi's, you know, design language from the RS lineup. You have the RS treatment and the red accent right here, red on the seats, right? It just feels so nice and you know, just soft. You know, the flat bottom Alcantara carbon fiber, 7-speed dual clutch transmission, or DSG if you're in the US. And that 400 horsepower engine and the inline 5-cylinder, to me, all of that comes together to make this car the RS3. You know, RS as the front of the S3. You know, that separates the car. But 60 grand is still a lot of money by the end of the day. So people that want to own a car like this, you have many options. Unless you're like a multi-millionaire and you like have like, you know, 60 grand or to just buy the car cash, which is fine. You can handle the depreciation hit, you know, from this car, because Audis, the S3s in particular, Audis in general, the depreciation curve is like this. You know, it's kind of like the stock market when it's selling off. It's insane. After the first 2-3 years, you're gonna owe a lot more from the stories I've heard and seen on forums. You're gonna owe a lot more on the car than what you bought the car for, which is kind of insane. But if you want to be patient, you can get the 2017, the 2018, and 2019 RS3s with roughly like 25,000 miles and 30,000 miles on the odometer. And you want to get a low mileage Audi, because if they're out of warranty and something breaks, you might as well get another job just to pay for repairs, you know. That's insane. So these cars used, if they've been handled, taken care of properly by the first owner or 2 owners, I wouldn't go past 3 owners, because that car has been on the streets and that belongs to the streets, if you get my reference. But this car is used, you find pretty good deals. I've looked at them from Auto Trader, Auto Tempest. You know, I've seen some like 42, low 40s and high 40s and the 50s for like, you know, 10,000 miles on the clock. I'm like, what in the hell you inhaling, bro? That's just insane. But if you're patient enough and you wait, you can find pretty good deals on the used RS3. Now, let's say you don't want the used one, you just want a new RS3. Well, you can just lease the car. Why not do a 2-year lease or a 3-year lease, you know, 36-month term, however, you know, down payment you want to do. But I recommend no down payment, because God forbid, something happens to the car, you lose your down payment. You see what I'm getting at this? So, best option to buy an RS3, buy a used one, a good used one, or you lease one. That's my 2 cents. Again, that is my opinion. You don't have to do that. That is my opinion by the end of the day. You know, I can always give you guys opinions. Excuse me. Alright, back to the second numbers. Miles per gallon. 23 miles per gallon on average combined. But when you're driving like this, don't expect 23 miles per gallon. Who are you kidding, guys? You have 400 horsepower, 0 to 60 in around 4 seconds. Boy, you feel every horses in this underneath that engine. That engine is a very, very unique engine, the 5-cylinder. You guys remember the Ford Focus RS? Not the one right now, the old ones, like the, you know, the one with the all-wheel drive, the 2-door coupe. That had the 5-cylinder engine. Those sounded so good. I always wanted one of those, but those are so rare. You can't even find anyone in the United States. You know, I think they're like a 2008 or 2005 model for those, you know, RS. But then you have the RS. The RS3 has that inline 5-cylinder engine. For some reason, guys, the 5-cylinders, they sound like baby Lambos, don't you think? You know, this is only a stock exhaust, but there's nothing sounds so good as this. This sounds better than a V6 in my opinion for a stock car. that's insane. You know, you have the pops and crackles when you downshift and upshift. It's just so, like, I'm getting like goosebumps just like talking about that because it sounds so good. So surprise, surprise, I'm on the stoplight. Let's put this thing in S1. I'm in dynamic mode. Let's see how fast it launches. But yeah, this thing is pretty quick, guys. Yeah, miles per gallon is decent for a car like this. This car is mainly for like a city car, you know, highway cars or highway driving. There's some road noise, it's, you know, you can hear it. You know, I'm riding on 19-inch wheels. So that was 0 to the speed limit in very quick terms, you know. No fuss, no muss, this thing can handle it. Oh, this is what you pay for, guys. This is like a getaway car. This is a getaway car, guys. It just puts the power down. Like you turn in on corners, you exit out the corners, the power just goes to the back, just catapults you out like nobody's business, like a rabid dog. It's just crazy. I reckon just slap on like an APR stage 1 tune on this car, an ECU tune, maybe some exhaust tweaks, get easy 80 horsepower from the factory internals and everything. You will be faster than anything on the road that's street legal. I guarantee you that. Because this car is so light, it's small, compact. You have a big power, about 480, 500 horsepower. You're set. You don't need like 600 horsepower. You will be faster off the line than the RS5 stock. Even the tuned RS5. You know, that's just mind blowing. This car is a great enthusiast cars and for millennials. This is not a family car. Don't get it twisted. Don't get this wrong. This is not a family car, guys. This is like a 1 to 2 owner car. Maybe you and your gal, or you and your little 2 kids in the back. That is it, guys. That is it. Mainly you know, because you're the one driving like this most of the time. Your passengers might be throwing ups over there, you know, God knows what. But this car has it all. The technology features I love about this car: blind spot monitoring, adaptive cruise, you know, collision alert warning, lane keeping assist, or whatever driving features you have it in this car. And then the cake, icing on the cake, will be that virtual cockpit. It's fully customizable. You know, powered by NVIDIA, so there's barely any turbo lag and there's barely any lag in the input. And then the only gripe I have about this interior infotainment system is the screen. It's not touch screen. I understand that, you know, you can use MMI touch, the little dial right here, and it's a small screen. But I can forgive it because it's a small car. You know, you have a small screen and it goes in there. That's pretty cool. That's a party trick. You know, show off to your friends and whatnot. This car does it all. Yep. So, all right, guys. Hope I covered as much as I could on this driving review, or overall the review of the 2020 Audi RS3. I love this car, guys. This car has a lot going for it. And if you guys didn't know, I didn't tell you guys, I've been in the market or looking for a car, and in particular, I'm looking at the Audi S3s from the 2017s to the 2018s. You know, I didn't want to go any later than that because of warranty. You guys know how that goes with Audis. But yes, I'm looking for cars like that, and I almost got an S3, but it was out of state, and it was just a huge mess. And I couldn't test out the car. I know what the car was like and the condition, but I don't mind waiting another year or so for, you know, for this to get cheaper. You know, either 2017 RS3s or 2018 RS3s with less than 30,000 miles on the clock, and that would be a good deal. That would be a great deal, actually. And then maybe I could lease this car, or lease a car like this, you know, for 36 months. How are you gonna be worried about MPG in a car like this? Oh my, this car is too fun, guys. But yes, leasing a brand new car like this won't be bad too. But I'll let you guys know. I'll keep you guys updated. If you guys stayed to the end of this video, comment RS3 in the bottom section or comment I see this, so that way I know who my audience are, staying to the end, my OG fans. But that's all I have time for today, guys. Thanks so much for staying to the end. Once again, huge thanks and shout out to Audi Plano right here in Plano, Texas, for hooking it up for your boy. Man, this car was a lot of fun, guys. Let me know what you guys think in a comment down below. Leave a comment, leave a like, destroy the like button, and subscribe to my channel if you see my face for the first time. And as always, I'll see you guys next time in a different video. Peace out and stay German, guys. Funny enough, there's a Golf R next to me. Nah, this is better.